Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shelly. Welcome. Here we talk about Shelly's thoughts over 60. Yep, don't want to miss that. So today my thoughts are kind of, I guess, laughing, right? Never stop laughing. Why do I say that, right? Well, my thoughts are when actually my family, we laugh at everything. Like I ain't even kidding. Like there was always something funny about everything, whether it was an illness, whether it was just whatever, right? There's just always something to be happy about, laugh about. And I know that sounds very, I don't know if it's naive, but you know, everybody has a story. You know, people are in very bad positions sometimes, right? So, but like I think I told y'all, or if you're new here, this has happened to me. I open my eyes and the first thing I feel is pain. Yeah, first thing I feel is pain. And you know, you have to kind of push through and you get up and you're going along, but it's I just find something funny everywhere. I really do, which is odd because my husband's quite the opposite. He's very serious. Like I don't think maybe that's the connection. Polar opposites, right? I can laugh at anything. So yeah, I think it's really important. um I know it's not easy to laugh sometimes, but yeah, you have to. You just really do, right? Like when I had my daughter, when I had my first daughter, my brother had me laughing so hard. I'm not kidding. The doctor was like, I don't know if he should come back. You just popped a stitch, right? Because we just laughing, you know, just always something to laugh at, you know. Not everybody likes that. Some people get quite put out if kind of make light of a specific subject or whatever. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you guys do that. Again, like I said, I feel pain right away when I open my eyes. But that being said, you've got to be able to just laugh. Like if you can't laugh at things, you're in big trouble, right? Um, I I I just feel like, you know, like I said, my brother makes fun of everything. He does. I mean, we were at the hospital one time and my mother, my mother, God rest her, it was me and my brother and I think his wife and maybe my husband, we were sitting there. My mom was in the hospital and she's was saying she couldn't breathe, right? She's like, you know, I can't breathe. So the then they I told her, put your oxygen in your nose, right? Put it on. So she puts it in. She goes, oh my God, much better. Well, don't you know, my brother, he elbows me and goes like this. And here's the end of the oxygen. It's not plugged into the wall. She's not getting nothing. He's like, and I'm like, what are you doing? And we were just laughing. Here she's like, oh, I feel so much better. And he's holding the end of the oxygen. You know, we're just crying. I'm like, it's not funny. And then she had morphine. You know, those little, you hit the button and you get morphine kind of thing. Well, she's pounding this. And she's like, I just don't feel anything. And my brother again, he points down and he's standing on the tubing, like it's not going through. So he hopped off, and she was like, oh, you know, coming from the morphine. We just find something funny and everything. Like I'm not even lying. It was just it was just really funny. In any case, you know, this is another. I'll just give you a quick rundown. My ex-husband, when my youngest daughter was a baby, she's sitting in the stroller and I had my 9-year-old and my ex-husband's 10-year-old was there. So, and I'm waiting for him to come home. My daughter had a dental appointment. So I'm on the phone trying to call the dentist appointment because, okay, let me backtrack. My daughter is throwing up in the stroller and she's out the other end too. Like it's just like crazy, the baby. And then I got the phone ringing and it's my payroll company because I owned a sports bar at the time, saying there was a problem with the payroll. So I'm looking at the baby heaving. My daughter starts running through the house from the smell and just hosing all over the house. She's running and I'm like, stop running, stand still. She's puking all over the house. The other one's upstairs laughing. She's looking over the rail laughing, the 10-year-old. And then the dentist office clicks in and says, yeah, you know what, you are late for your appointment. We're not going to see your daughter anymore. I'm arguing with them. I'm crying. So I pick her up, and she's just covered, the baby. Like, you moms out there and grandmas, you know what I'm saying. You pick up this baby and she's just full of everything. It's just coming out of everywhere. Well, her father comes in, takes the stroller, Matt, and just shoves it into the pool. I'm crying. The stroller's in the bottom of the pool. He takes the baby by the arms. He's dipping her in and out of the pool. You know, at the time, I just started laughing. I was just like crying. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, we should have a camera following us, right? So it's like, it was a crazy moment and it was ridiculous, you know, but you know, you gotta laugh at stuff, right? You gotta find it to laugh, right? You know, I remember having surgery. I was having sinus surgery. My mother was there, a nurse, and my surgeon, who was my boss, by the way, comes into pre-op, and you know, they give you that pre-med cocktail. You're like, woo, right? I was like, hey, I was all happy. So he comes in and I said, oh, how nice of you to join us. Where the hell have you been? And everyone just started laughing, you know, including him. I didn't remember it, but there's just something funny and everything, right? Just, I guess, never stop laughing is what I'm trying to say. It does help me push through the pain sometimes. It helps me push through the bad times. So what do you guys do? I mean, do you find it easy to laugh through tough times, or is it difficult for you? Or do you have people who feel some type of way when you're laughing through bad stuff? Because some people don't like it, right? Some people feel insulted if you laugh. Like, I mean, I have people like that in my life. They're just so serious and I just can't stop laughing, right? You know? Anyway, let me know what you guys think and I'll see you in the next one. Keep smiling. See you in the next one. Bye.